It's a grown man in the building. I don't think you're ready. Come on. We riding on some grown man ish. We step into some grown man ish. Conversation on some grown man ish. Put your hands up on some grown man ish. We puffing on some grown man ish. We sipping on some grown man ish. We vibing on some grown man ish. We loving on some grown man ish. I know, you know, that you're down with me. You know, I know that you're feeling me. Know that the time has passed for you to raise your glass, to stand up.
All right, we are here. We are here, back in the building.
Yes.
Live from EQ Studios. It is Grown Man Conversations, the visual podcast.
That's right.
Make sure you go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you go to Grown Man Conversations, the YouTube channel, so you can get all recaps. Mm-hmm. You can get all episodes that you miss. You can get behind the scenes content as well. So,
also the YouTube channel, you watch us live. That's where you get to see us right now. So they got to watch the recaps on Grown TV Network.
Okay, get me straight.
So yeah.
That's why I don't. Yeah. That's why I don't even say. That's why I should have went
it's
right
okay
into.
For you to say.
I was trying to do extra.
It's okay.
Go right. Let me get back to my
good
script.
Information. Yeah.
I'm one of the co-hosts of the podcast. I go by the name of Tone X.
Yes. And I am the other co-host of this podcast.
Yes, you are.
I go by the name of YSquare.
Give me some hand claps.
Yeah, give me some hand claps.
Hand claps for YSquare, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, we are the guests.
We sure are.
Because we're fueling the show.
Well, thank you for joining us.
If you are on Instagram.
What's up, IG peoples?
I got to come over here now. Try to get on myself.
My peoples.
Tonight we're doing hot topics.
Yes, we are.
Okay? We are doing hot topics tonight.
We're going to give y'all some hot topics with us. And we want to get some hot topics that y'all want to talk about, too. You know, it's been a minute since Tone and I have been on the show with just us. Mm-hmm. So we normally have a guest here in the studio. And we normally talk about whatever they have going on. But tonight, we're going to talk about whatever y'all got going on and whatever we have going on. So go ahead and get your drink. You know how we used to do this. Get your drink, get yourself situated and settled. Tell somebody to go to YouTube, GMC podcast. Actually, it's Grown Man Conversations podcast on YouTube. But you can go to that channel and you can join us live. I can see any comments. We can talk back and forth. We can do all that. And plus, the picture's better. It's in HD on YouTube. And then after that, you can always go to growntvnetwork.com and watch those recap episodes.
All right, listen. If you're on Instagram, okay, and Y2 Yolanda, that is me. All right? So when I'm talking, Y2 Yolanda, that's not Yolanda. That is me.
Lord have mercy.
That is me. Can you change the camera angle? Because you got it right up on my face.
Okay,
I feel like a light is in my face. Thank you. No. I feel like a light is in my face when I was on there. Yeah. No. I feel like a light was in my face. Yes, it did.
Okay, well, look.
But I like this one right here. I like this one.
All right.
Okay, now listen. I got a good one to start it off. It's a question.
I think we've paused.
Actually, it's a question. I don't think we paused. I think we all right. On your screen and see.
I'm going to use this one. This one has to stay. Because this is where it's not pausing and jumping at. But go ahead, baby. Talk to the people. You look good on camera.
I don't like the way this make my face look. Okay? I don't like the way this make...
But you look good.
I don't like the way it's making my face look. It's a question. First of all, Nikki, I see you. ¿Cómo está?
What's up, Nikki?
Pasona Risa. Big Show. Son D.
What's up, son? Because you shine like one.
T Springs. I see you, family.
What's up?
Listen, DJ Trues, here's the question. If a woman take money out your wallet, is that stealing?
Just a woman or your woman?
Your woman.
Okay.
And specifically your wife.
Oh,
because the married angle is because what you're gonna hit me with is well, yeah, you are one. All right then. Well, if that's how you're gonna start off, okay. If your wife, all right, go and take money out your wallet, Is she stealing? If your significant other go and take money out of your wallet, are they stealing? Okay, that is the $1 million question.
Yeah.
So you are a woman. How do you feel about it?
So the way I feel about the situation is I don't think it's stealing, but I definitely think that I should ask. I should at least say something to you. I don't think it's stealing. Because if I needed, if I had some money in my wallet and you needed some money, then, you know, it's okay for you to go in there and just say, you know, I got a 20 or something. So I do think I should bring it up to you. I don't think I should
Okay,
just take
let's
it
make that point.
and not mention anything.
Because the question was, if you go in your man's wallet and take some money, is that stealing?
No.
You said you think you want to try the other camera angle. You want to try the other camera angle?
Baby, the camera angles look good right now.
Tell
So
him.
all of a
Acting
sudden
like you
tonight,
know. I'm
now
showing
he
them.
wants
How,
to do-
I'm showing them how you act now.
No,
and we got our producer in here. He could vouch for that.
And I'm looking at what's going, so I'm going to stick with what's.
Vouch for that. It
what's
take him
moving.
10 minutes to get one camera angle for Yolanda when we get.
No, it does not. It does not take any of that time. Don't do that. Don't do that now.
So, is it stealing?
No, it's not stealing. I think I should definitely ask, though.
Wait a minute. The way the question's asked, if you take the money and you don't say nothing to him, that ain't stealing?
I'm saying I should ask. I'm not going to steal it. I should say something. I should bring it up.
But the way the question was positioned, if you take money out of your husband's wallet,
Without asking.
is that stealing?
Yeah, that's stealing. Okay? Is that what you wanted? What you think, ladies?
That's not what I wanted. I'm just asking the question.
It's stealing.
I'm just asking the question. That's all. Nikki talking about, wait a minute, not really, because it's our money. No. No. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is our money.
No, it's two separate energies connected to the same source, and I get it. It is our money because of marriage, but money is an individual sport.
Right.
When it's in my wallet.
Right.
Now, if it's money laying out on the nightstand, I went to bed or something like that, okay, we might can overlook that one.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. You did say
in
wallet.
my wallet?
Pay attention to detail. You're right. Wallet.
I mean, you had to go in it
Yeah, that's true.
and get your money, and you ain't say nothing.
That's true.
And it would be good for you to say something because I don't keep enough money in my wallet for me to be like, I ain't.
Yeah, you
tell
gonna
your
know what's
girlfriend,
missing.
he ain't
Nah,
gonna
he
notice.
ain't gonna know what's missing, honey.
He ain't
If I
gonna
take
notice,
something out
Yolanda,
that
go
wallet,
ahead. I'll be
he
like,
ain't gonna
man,
know
please.
it's gone.
I fold my money a certain way so I can know if it's been moved.
He ain't gonna say I had $54.26.
But it's the way I had it. If I had $54, I had two 20s,
Right.
a 10, 4 ones.
Right.
And they were stacked on each other too, folded nicely.
Right.
Big Show say the answer is yes. Borrowed money is asked for, not taken.
That's true.
Nikki talking about, okay,
That's
then
true.
I'm stealing all the money then. Well, Nikki.
Nikki, come on now.
Why you single?
Right.
Because you're not going to take
Because you stealing
too
all
many
the
grown
money.
men money.
Oh, look,
All
this
right.
is off subject right now, but since we're talking about hot topics, this is a hot topic. I happen to be scrolling down Instagram, and my cousin, honey, my family, they got on that grow fit. Look at Mario and Angelique.
Oh, that's nice.
They are in Virginia, the VA. I know y'all can't see that far.
Right, you're
but
holding it up.
They got on that grown fit, baby.
That looks
So
nice.
shout out to the folks who have supported Grown Fit Wear. We really appreciate you. We've got some new hot flavor coming for you, baby. So hold on, keep supporting us, keep getting that stuff when you see it at the pop-up shops. But thanks again for supporting Grown Fit Wear.
Nikki says, I'm not single. Okay, Nikki. Well, excuse us. All right? We ain't know. OGD Lee. Asking the question, if your wife or your lady goes into your wallet and takes some money, is that stealing? Is that
Stealing.
stealing?
Yeah, it is. When you break it down like that, it is stealing.
Now, if you ask your man for some money do you automatically think he's going to give it to you, or is a chance he might say, I can't do that?
Well, yeah, I think as a woman, if I ask my man for some money, I automatically have in my mind that he's going to be able to give it to me. Because if I didn't think you could give it to me, I'm not going to ask you. I don't want to put you in no crazy situation, and I don't want to sit there looking like Willie Lump Lump. So, yeah, if I ask my man for some money, 9 times out of 10, I already know you got it. You know, you may not have it all, but you got something to be able to give me. Honey.
Something I can be able to give you?
Yeah. If I ask you for some money, because I'm not going to ask you for money unless I need it. So I'm not just going to be asking you randomly, can you give me some money? So if I need some money, then
Might be
yeah.
at the wrong time. Your timing might be off.
Well, we're going to have to do something with the timing then. We got to get it right. You
You
got to help me get it.
you
Then.
have
If you
to
don't
wait.
have it, you got to help me get it.
You have to wait. Be right detail service. I see you. OG D. Lee said, hell yeah, but I can get over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
See? That's wheelchair mafia right there. That's why he can get over it.
He said, yeah, if you take money out of his wallet, it is stealing, but he can get over it. OG D. Lee, I think that depends on how much they take. Because I guess you can get over $10 quicker than you can 200. So I guess that depends.
Right.
I'm asking for all the money and more. Well, here we go. And you know who said that. I'm asking for
Nikki?
all of the money.
Nikki, I know that's who
and
said that.
More.
I know that's who said that. I got to save this.
Be right, detail said facts. No, even if I don't need no money. And you are right, young man. Okay, Nikki, you don't ask if you don't need the money.
Right.
Because you'll be like the boy that cried wolf. And one day you really going to need it. You're going to be like, I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. And then you're going to be upset. Mm-hmm. Always use your big favors for yourself when you really need them. Because a man will give you a couple favors. You got to, first of all, you don't ask questions. You got to ask your man, if you were giving away favors, how many would you give me a month? Y'all don't ask the hard questions. How many would you give me a month? And then add that up for your year, and that's your quota. And use them, because every time you use one, he mark it. Don't think that you use a favor and we don't know. We mark it off. And then that day you come and you really need a favor, you be like, you used them all, mama. Mm-hmm. Used them all. So make sure that you use your favors accordingly. How many favors do you think I have for you per month?
There shouldn't be a limit on the favors. What we have with each other. If I need a favor from you, it shouldn't be a limit. I shouldn't have a limit per month. If I need a favor, I just need a favor. The same way with you. If you need a favor, yes, it is.
Because you could because you could. All favors ain't the same.
It's not, but I'm not gonna. But see, my thing is, I'm talking about realistically and realistic favors. I'm not. That's different if you got somebody that's going overboard and doing the most. I'm not a do the most person, but I may have a favor. I may have some that I need from you, and so I'm gonna ask for that favor.
OG D. Lee said, hey, Natalie. OG D. Lee said, Tone, and it also makes a difference which one of my females laugh out loud.
Oh, that's the wheelchair mafia. How many you got, OG? How many do you get?
Be right, detail service said, Tone, just have an account for that, okay?
That's the miscellaneous
account. That's the petty cash account.
That's the petty miscellaneous account when you need some little extra money and all of that. So, what? Or just whatever it is. Not even extra money, just anything.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Changing gears real quick.
And if y'all have a hot topic, y'all have something, like put it up on Instagram. Let us know what you want to talk about. Something hot, something juicy. I'm trying to think of one myself.
$33 million this young man could stand to lose because he won't get the jab.
The jab.
I'm talking about Kyrie Irving, who plays for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the mandate in New York and California are similar. To get into any of their sports arenas, stadiums, you have to have the vaccine card or a negative COVID test. but you have to be vaccinated. Then you can't get in. Now, you can play in all the other states where the basketball teams play, but those two, you have to get vaccinated. That's the mandate. And now the NBA is under the same mandate and rules as these states. Now, Kyrie Irving says he's not getting the jab. And every day he doesn't come to practice, every game he misses money. Kyrie stands to lose $33 million this year. So I guess the question is, number one, how do y'all feel about mandates? Basically saying either you get the jab or you lose your job. Either you get the jab or you don't do this. And is it that deep for you? If it were you, could you look to lose $33 million to stand on what you believe in?
Yeah, I could not look to lose. No, I could lose. Well, let me see. Let me think about this thing. Let me think about it before I start speaking too fast. All right, so if I were going to lose $33 million, well, to stand, if it's on a spiritual basis, yeah, to stand in something that I believe in on a spiritual basis, absolutely. And if I felt strong and convicted about it, absolutely, because if I'm in a situation to where I was able to get $33 million anyway, and God helped me with that, however that strategy went, then if I turn down this $33 million and I know that it's doing something against what I spiritually am in alignment with, he's going to bless me with $133 million for me just being in favor. So yeah, I would. Yep, I would. I think what is happening, though, that there's some people who aren't necessarily doing it for spiritual reasons. They're just doing it because of conspiracy theories, or they're doing it because, they're not really educated and haven't done their research. For the ones who are not taking it, the people that I have talked to, they have valid reasons for not taking it. And whether that's spiritual or whether that's research and things that they've done on their own and physical things they've seen, that they choose not to put that in their body. So, but... Well,
let me ask you a question. If you was with some little kids and you had some candy, and it was 6 little kids, and you gave all the kids some candy, and you got to that 6th kid, and you be like, "You want some candy?" And you say, "No, ma'am." And you say, "Oh, you don't want no candy? All your friends had candy. Here's a Snicker bar for you." You're like, "No, ma'am." You're like, "Why you don't want no candy?" So you like, "No, ma'am." You couldn't force
right
that
the kid.
little boy.
Yeah.
Do you have to ask him, "Hey, so why you don't want no candy?" No.
No.
It don't matter what somebody's reason is. Conspiracy theory, Tuskegee experiment, they scared of needles, they don't trust the government. It don't matter. If they say no, they don't want to take the jab, I think they should have the right to say that.
Right.
That's
do
what
too.
it boils down for me. Sonarisa says she's not with the mandate. She are against the mandate. Be Right Detail, he says he agrees with her. He disagrees with the mandates because where is the choice? With a mandate, where's the choice? Because the choice is you either get the jab or you lose something.
Well, see, that's the reason why it makes people think, and it makes me think, too, that there's another agenda behind it. Because I could see if people got COVID and we was walking around the street like this, and if you had it.
Well, ain't no zombie.
But I'm just saying, if it had that kind of effect on it, and you was like, oh, but there's several people who have not gotten the vaccine, who have not gotten sick, who are very healthy.
Right.
There's several people who have gotten the vaccine and it affected them in a negative way. There's several people who've gotten the vaccine and it didn't. They're fine and they're happy. So I think it should definitely be an individualized choice. I think when we have to start mandating things to go into our body, then we're giving up that control, or we're giving up that right or that say-so. So next week, they can come along and say, oh, you know what? You need to get this up in your system and mandate it for that, because if you don't, you know what I mean? A, B, C, or D is going to happen. And so I just think that there is another agenda, a hidden agenda behind it.
OG D. Lee said he's being forced to get the jab. because he's scheduled for surgery in 2 weeks.
Oh.
He said, but he's good with it. He said he wasn't at first.
Okay.
But he's good with it now. So.
Okay. And I was going to say, what do any people who are being forced to get it, like whether you're at work or, your job is asking you to do it, or in a situation like OGD Lee is having surgery and he has to get it done. For the people who are being asked to get it done and it wasn't your first choice, how do you feel about that? Like,
good question.
How are you handling that, and how do you feel about that? If there's anybody out there in IG world or YouTube land that wants to let us know.
Bolsonaro said OG is
Bolsonaro.
The doc saying it's okay to have the vaccine that close to surgery. And then somebody else is like, no jab, no job. But what's right about that, though?
Right.
Plus, what you're getting ready to see is a lot of people not going back to their job. That's what you're getting ready to see.
But then that's going to be another, because a lot of people who are going back to their jobs, they're not going to be able to pay their bills either.
Well, it depends. I mean, you don't know what they're doing. A lot of people are starting their own businesses.
It is, but everybody's not in that. A lot of people are, but those are the people who already had some kind of savings and something saved up, and they just been procrastinating and probably wanted to start a business, but because they still had this career, they didn't. And now, since that has shifted, they are putting their time and motivation. But what about the person who worked check to check, week to week, and she need that check, or he needs that check to be able to pay whatever bill they got to pay? And if I don't go to work, and if I miss 2 weeks, then I got an avalanche that's about to come on me. Like,
everybody works check to check.
Yeah, exactly. So for that person who's not going to work, it puts that person in a different mind frame. And I think that's the reason why you see the crazy people. I don't want to say crazy people.
What kind of word is that?
Well, that's why you see the people who act irrational, meaning you go in somewhere and you didn't have any kind of medical problems or mental problems 2 weeks ago, and we saw you at the family reunion and we was fine and we was chilling and bopping, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks ago you go and shoot up 25 people, or you go and strangle, you know what I'm saying, do something crazy. That is crazy. I ain't gonna not say crazy, because that's crazy. So I think those are the kind of things that can push people over the edge and make people say, okay, if my job is gone, now I got to fend for myself. It's do or die. Shoot, if it's my life or yours, and if whatever I take your life is going to help my family, to me, that's when people get into that hysteria mode.
Natalie says, I felt I should have the shot because of my overall health issues, being diabetic and having kidney disease, trying to not end up in dialysis for as long as possible. I took the vaccine.
Okay, good.
So people,
yeah,
and
that was good.
And the whole thing is, the beauty of it is that everybody should have a choice. See, that's the beauty.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a choice. Yeah. I don't see how it has come down to the propaganda and the angle of mandates, which is basically making you choose, or basically putting you in a situation where you feel like your back is against the wall and you have no choice. There's a lot of people who do not understand how Kyrie could even put himself in the situation to give up $33 million, because all they hear is $33 million. Kyrie has been in the league.
I was going to say he's been playing for a minute, right?
He won a championship with Braun in Cleveland.
Yeah, so he might be able to give up that money.
Well, it's not might be able to give up too. It's the same thing when Dave Chappelle gave $50 million.
Right.
And they said he was crazy. What? Oh my goodness! What is that quote? When you believe in something, and it says it looks crazy to the common person. Not your character, but what's the word I'm looking for? When you believe in something, and that's your core belief, and you hold on to it, your integrity. So it says, the quote says, integrity looks crazy to the coward.
Oh, yeah.
Integrity looks crazy to the coward.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick looked crazy.
Yeah.
To a lot of people.
Yeah.
They snatched him out the league, snatched all that money. It looked crazy.
Yeah.
To someone who definitely wouldn't have the mindset to even think about doing that, because they're giving up something.
Yeah.
And whatever they're giving up isn't big enough for them to stay with that cause. So, pop, just like Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins wasn't going to get the jab. Play for Golden State. But again, in California, it's a mandate if you play in the arenas. And then he got back at the press conference and said, I don't own my body. Like the NBA own my body. So, sometimes it turns into a money thing with people. It turns into a money thing. So they're like $33 million. Ain't no way that I would lose $33 million. But if you've made a certain amount of money or an amount of money where for the rest of your life you're good,
then,
your generational wealth, you're good. That. And then I remember John Sally saying, who used to be in the NBA, John Sally said, sometimes your beliefs outweigh your habits at your job. So what he's saying is sometimes the way that you believe and your convictions, you can't work with the same beliefs.
Right.
So one of them got to go.
Right.
And he said he might be in a place right now where basketball is not the top priority for him.
Yeah.
There's a bigger picture that he sees versus sports and basketball. So I salute him.
Yeah.
I salute Kyrie. I really do. So that's just me, but I salute him. Sweet Strawberry says, so I get infusions for my lupus and I have to stop my infusion for 9 to 12 months just to get the vaccine. With stopping my infusion, there's no telling what the vaccine antibodies will do to me. See?
Oh, wow.
Based on my Benlysta infusion. Wow.
And Sweet Strawberries, I don't know if your baby Shanara told you that I've been seeing her. I saw her last week. She's over at the Doobie Shop School of Cosmetology. And so I was doing some things over there with Therese last week, who is the owner of the Doobie Shop School of Cosmetology. And your beautiful daughter, honey, and her big personality, when she told me that you was her mama, I said, I can see it all day. So I'm not sure if she told you or not, but yeah, I had a pleasure being in her presence last week.
But it's the way your daughter told Yolanda.
Yeah, me. I'm sure she told you. We had a
she
little...
was like, my mama real good friends with Tonette.
Yeah, she was
like, who is your mama? You probably call her Sweet Strawberries.
Because they heard his voice, and I was like, that's my husband, my baby daddy's voice on the radio, because they played V101.9 inside of the school. And when she was like, that's your husband?
Yes, she told me yes.
Yeah, that's your husband? She was like, all right, he best friends with my mama. I said, well, hold up, who is your mama? Because I know all his best friends. And she said, Lisa. And I was like, Lisa? She said, but you might know her. I said, yes! And started screaming. So, yeah, I was like, oh, I really got my eyes on you now, boo. She better do right.
So now getting back to the mandates real quick, because we're getting a lot of comments on that. What are you going to do if you're faced with that situation? Like, what are you going to do? What are you prepared to do?
Let's just talk real
talk. When it comes to that situation.
Can I get another little something to drink, too? Mm-hmm. But what are you going to do if you're faced with that?
Well, right now, I'm good because Beasley Media, and I'm thankful that they took my religion and my religious exempt seriously.
Good.
And so they will go back, according to an email, and they will go back and reevaluate.
Okay.
In January 2022. So that's how that goes.
Thank you, Beasley.
I appreciate that. That's how that goes.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, it's like, if I don't get it, and you got to be careful how you talk, because on YouTube, or they'll snatch you off of here. That's why you notice certain words I say and certain words I don't. So you follow my lead, because I learned from Tariq. They will, they will come, you can go check out the replay. They'll be hitting you talking about, Yolanda, ain't no replay, because we was in here talking about this and that.
But see, Tariq, too, has millions of followers on YouTube.
Oh, it don't matter. They got tons of trolls listening. If that's what you're talking about, they want to see what you're talking about.
Well, we're still in the freedom of speech right now.
This is the United States, which means freedom of speech.
Right.
Just watch what you say.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? And that's funny you say that, because today is freedom of thought day.
Right.
And I didn't get a chance to say that on the radio. I didn't get a chance to tell you none of the national days today but one of them was National Freedom of Thought Day, which is a day set aside for those who express themselves and think for themselves. But where are the people in 2021 that think for themselves and not get jumped on? Like, who can really think for themselves now? Because it seems like more people want you to just follow whatever is going on. And if you think for yourself, you see what happens.
But that's where, but that's where you got to be strong and stand for what you believe, because there's several people out here who speak for themselves, and cancel culture does cancel them. But to me, those aren't the people who had a solid foundation. And there's several people who speak for themselves, and they still speaking for themselves. We still watching, and we're still, supporting whatever movement that is. But I think you have to stand on something. And that's why when you start getting, feeling censored or feeling like that you can't say this, or I got to watch saying that, you're not able to speak your truth. And that's what I love about this platform that, we have here with Grown Man Conversations Visual Podcast. It is the platform to speak your truth. And it is all about the lost art of conversation, which is what you're speaking about. Because you can speak your truth, but within that conversation, there may be ways that you need to say it so that the person who you're speaking truth to can at least receive it.
So you can say what you want to say. There may be repercussions that you have to deal with. I get it. That you have to deal with. There's no cancel culture because, like Dave Chappelle said, people come at you on Twitter. He said it doesn't matter because Twitter's not real. So you deal with real people in real situations. If that's what you believe, then that's what you believe. It's not. Sometimes your belief is your belief. It's not for everybody. It's yours, and if you're willing to stand on it, that's that. I mean, a lot of people don't like that, but that's that. Nikki say, I'm fully vaccinated, even though I know I can still catch it now. That's the crazy part.
That's the crazy part. Like they're pushing you to give it, but they're saying, okay, well, if you get it and you're vaccinated, you may not die. You have a better chance of not dying. I guess that's the caveat to that.
Says, Sonrisa said, because of how sick COVID made me, how it impacted me cognitively, I'm afraid to get sick again. Also, I wanted to be able to visit my parents in love. I decided to get vaccinated. And
that's good, Sonrisa. That's a good thing.
That's
absolutely.
Good thing. Applause for you.
Applause for you. Applause for you.
That's a good thing. The thing is, if you get vaccinated, great.
Nice.
Okay? If you don't get vaccinated, great. Every table has to stand on its own legs. So you do the research, and whatever decision you make, you make sure that the decision you made for you and your family is solid. And you feel good about your choice. Yeah. And that's it.
Yep, that's what you have to do. And also, to another tidbit, which to me I wish they would push more nationally with the whole health and wealth thing, is if you take care of yourself, if you start doing things to revert some of those ways that you had before. And I know that it works personally because of our transition and our journey with the plant life and vegan life. It totally has changed a lot of things that was going on internally with me and outwardly with me. God, that word was tongue-tying me. And so I think when you take better care of your health, you put yourself and your immune system in a situation to be able to fight off even more than COVID. There's even documentaries or documented medical experiences where people had cancer or they had other ailments, whether it was diabetes or hypertension or, whatever it may be, and they changed up their lifestyle, they changed up their diet, they started implementing, exercise and started implementing light and life into their body and into their life, and it totally changed them. And so I also think it's a mindset. I think if you think that you're going to get sick and you walk around with that notion and feeling scared or feeling fearful or feeling like, oh, everything, like, you can put yourself into that as well. So I know I try to, for me, it's important for me to eat right. I like to have my little drinky drinks and do that, but it's important for me to put the right thing in my body because I see when I do that, I've seen the real results and the real change from it. And I have not been sick in over 2 or 3 years. And we definitely get COVID tested. We just came back from the DR, had to get COVID tested before we went over there, as well as coming back. And we are great. So fortunately within this year or 2 years, we've been able to maintain a healthy lifestyle and not catch COVID. And no one in our immediate family or even extended family, meaning, grandmother, aunts, uncles, cousins. Fortunately, no one has gotten COVID in our family. So
some of y'all might have got it and don't know it.
And don't realize it, thought it was a bad cold.
Fought it off because you still can get colds and stuff, because like COVID came and nothing else exists. Nothing else you had before COVID exists. It all left when COVID came. The only thing you can get is COVID.
Right.
It's not true. And it all goes together. When she's talking about eating better and exercising, it all goes together. It's a blueprint to try to add on to your longevity. So you are what you eat is very true, especially when it comes to something like this COVID, especially when it's respiratory.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of supplements. There's a lot of natural herbs that you can take that are recommended that you take daily to help boost your immune system.
Yeah.
And to help you have overall better quality health. So your health is your wealth. So you can stand toe to toe in case that thing does come around. You have a better chance at getting it off of you. Sonrisa said, I think I would have been more sick if I hadn't been healthy. That's the key.
Yeah.
And Nikki says when you, what you put in your body can only help you or hurt you. So it's your choice to fix it or not
fix it. Yep. At the end of the day, yep.
Don't get more plain than that. Does not get more plain than that. Big Pat.
What's up, Big Pat?
What's going on, family?
Where you at, Big Pat? Where you at, Big Pat?
And don't forget that November 18th, Thursday, November 18th, at Stats is the comedy birthday show with my man Marvin Hunter, a.k.a. the Grumpy Uncle.
It's
so
going
make
down,
sure you go to YSProsENT.com and get your advance tickets. If you need a VIP booth or a table, do that now.
Yeah.
And also, if you are a business and you would like to be a sponsor for the birthday comedy show, then you can reach out to myself for YSquare.
Yeah.
Through Instagram.
Yes, you can go to Instagram. Yep.
And we can hook you up. You know what I mean? Big Pat, always a pleasure. We can hook you up. Okay?
Yeah. And again, when you're doing that, just to kind of put this tidbit, because I think this is a hot topic, you're really supporting black business, and you're supporting, we're circulating our dollar a couple of times. When you guys come to the Laugh It Up Thursday shows, for one, when you get your ticket, that's a black business. When you come into the venue and you order your food, that's a black business. When you have, just the support there of other businesses that may end up sponsoring, we always showcase those businesses on the stage. Like we actually got a sponsor, actually Janie and Rock Lady. They have collaborative business. They are coming in as a sponsor, so they'll get that spotlight moment. Their logos will go on the flyer. That's a part of building our community, because if someone comes and supports us, we want them to support you. And I know me and Tone have taken more of a conscious effort and note to start supporting more black businesses. I've been very cognizant of circulating that black dollar. So all of my hair products are from black businesses. I ain't quite got to the nails part yet. But anyway, I'm doing my part to support black businesses. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So make sure you go to YSProsENT.com and you could get your advance tickets. Also, I'm rocking this Grown Fit. This is the black and white joint tonight, right here on the tracksuit.
Show them, baby. Show them what it is.
Make sure that if you haven't seen this, make sure that you go to the website, grownfitwear.com, grownfitwear.com. You can also hit me up, DM me, bam. We make sure that you get it, okay? I'm having a pop-up shop coming up, so Make sure you know where that's going down.
And I also got to give a shout out to Swift Kicks.
Okay.
Swift Kicks, which is a boutique sneaker store. They sell exclusive high-end sneakers. They are off of Margaret Wallace. But we also have an exclusive partnership. Well, Grown Fit Wear has an exclusive partnership with them. So you can go in there and you can also get some of your Grown Fit wear from Swift Kicks. And it is a black-owned business that is there for you to support as well. So that's another way to circulate that dollar.
So all of you sneakerheads, because they buy, sell, trade.
Yeah,
It's a dope
yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
So you should definitely go check that out. Organic. Hola, hola.
Hola, hola.
You should definitely go check that out. Does it bother you how many commercials you see on TV and when it's a black family and you be waiting for the black husband to come into the picture and it ain't? It be a Caucasian gentleman. It be a Spanish gentleman. It's any gentleman but black. I'm like, are there any black families on commercials anymore? Have you seen any?
Right.
Have you seen any? If you've seen some, put it in the comments because I'm missing them. I saw one today, and here's the facts. Less than 15% of all images on television of families are black, and more than 65% of images that you see. And imaging is very, very important as part of programming off that television because it's sending a message out. And I know it's cute calling blended families and all of that. I understand that. But my question is, where are the black fathers in the commercials? I mean, I saw one today. I just knew a black man was coming out. It was a lady talking about she go to Harris Teeter and she get Food Line, and she get the meals. She had picked up one of them rotisserie chickens. She had the little boy in there, and they was getting meals. And the daughter was like, "You can help me with algebra." I said, "This is cute." And the door opened because they was getting ready to have dinner. And I said, "Here he come. Here come the father." And boy,
They weren't black.
I thought it was the coach of the basketball team coming to pick up the little boy to take him to practice because his dad wasn't in the commercial. But no, he wasn't. So I'm just wanting to know. Nikki said, I haven't seen it in a very long time. A very long time.
But that's why, too, we got to really get into...
Natalie say my question exactly.
Right.
A very long time.
Right. But the more black executives are able to get into the media, commercial, advertising world, is the more, to me, when we're going to be able to see more representation of us. Because if you're not the one that is in the creative room, who's coming up with the concept and the idea, if you're not the one that has, is saying, okay, I get it, and the lead to be able to put that together, then you're not going to see that. And what they're going to do is they're going to throw somebody black in, and just to make it look like, okay, it's all diversity and inclusion and all of that. But, really, we want to see full black families represented the way we see full white families represented and other families. And to me, that goes for, the Latino families or the Asian families or just, families of color, period. They always try to mix us with white people, but there's a time where maybe you have a black mother and an Asian, you know what I'm saying? But I've seen that though, so I can't even say I've seen
they
that.
Got all types.
I've seen that.
I'm just trying to find the black man coming on commercial.
I've seen the black father, but he normally has, you know what I mean?
With a black wife?
No, he doesn't have a black wife.
That's what we're talking about. We know you got a black man with a Caucasian woman. We get the United States is the only country that considers interracial dating. They promote a black man and a Caucasian woman. Interracial dating could be anybody, race or ethnicity that's not traditionally the same coming together in a relationship. That's what it is. But when you look and you see or hear interracial, your mind, because your mind, when it hears a word, it stores pictures. It don't store words. So when you say interracial, your mind pop, a picture come up. What come up in my head is a Caucasian woman and a black man, because that's what you've been shown repeatedly over and over again. But that's not interracial, but that's how it works over here. I mean, that's how it works over here. They show you an image over and over and over again,
And
it sticks in your mind, and that's what you associate it with. But I'm still, like I said, I'm just trying to find the black father on a commercial with a black family. I saw a Sonic commercial. I knew that was black. I knew it was black. Black daddy, the black kids in the back with the shake, and they was talking about the sprinkle, and then that camera, came on around to that passenger seat. I said, how did Karen get? She don't look like, none of these kids look like that's their mama. That was the first thing. You need to cast better. Them kids need to be a little lighter. So, I mean, some things don't mean nothing to you.
But they mean a whole lot.
That's just little things that I think about. Every time I see a commercial, I be rooting. Mr. Hollywood, what up? I be rooting for somebody to come on there.
So what do you think about? I can't remember the name right now, the young lady's name, but it's the white girl who was on the trip. She was on a camping trip with her boyfriend. It's Peacock. What is it? I don't know. They looking for him now. They looking for him now. No, let's not call her Little Karen because it's a sad story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about that girl?
Yeah, the white girl who got missing on the camping trip, and they're still looking
I know
for.
Who you're talking about.
Yeah, what's the name? What is the name? I can't remember the name. If anybody knows the name, say it to us on Instagram.
It's not typical, so I don't.
I know, but I'm only saying I'm only talking about hot topics right now, and that's one that continues to, circulate that I've been hearing about.
The autopsy came back, says that she died from strangulation.
Right. So, but my whole thing is, and they said that they've seen him. I thought I heard today, maybe it wasn't the Appalachian Mountains, but somebody said they've seen him in the mountains. I want to say the Appalachian Mountains. They feel like they've seen him up in the woods in the mountains somewhere. But my thing is, what do you think about that? Like, what do y'all think about that? Or do you think anything about it? Yeah, or do you think anything about it? The fact
we think that if there would have been two black people and you came back and the girl ain't back with you,
they wouldn't be still looking for me.
First of all, here's the thing. I want all of y'all to go and watch Patrice O'Neal, Elephant in the Room. One of the best stand-up comedy specials ever. Go and watch Patrice O'Neal's Elephant in the Room. And see, when you talk about, you can tell how nice a white woman look by how long you think they'll look for if she went missing. This is hilarious, right? And then he made the comparison about the white girl that went missing and the other girl, and they knew the white girl's name, Natalie Holloway. They knew it right off the bat. But when he asked about the other little girl, this is the same thing. You know how many black women, black girls missing, gone missing in the United States? This little Caucasian female, her and her boyfriend went, they was on the YouTube thing, and the whole country was looking for her. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is a sad situation.
Very.
But I don't know how you let him walk around. Like, I don't know, and the parents told you we don't know where he at. That's black shit right there.
Right. They know where he is.
One of his parents black. I need to see them because Caucasian parents usually don't be like, we don't know where he is. Like, we don't know where he is. Well, how you don't know where he is? You just saw him.
And they're saying that she was dead around August the 28th, 29th, 30th. I like the 29th, 30th. They did the autopsy.
They don't know.
Yes. No, they were like she was from her body, from I guess how long it decayed or whatever. The forensics, they can tell. She died
The only person I
around.
can tell you that is that forensic lady on Law and Order. Because she can narrow it down.
They got another lady. They got other people that can tell you that. They're not on Law and Order.
She can narrow it down to tell you when the person died, and how many degrees it was at the house. Okay, here's a good one right here, Yolanda.
What?
That's what was reported. The Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah,
in the Appalachian Mountains?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Doing what?
That's what I thought I heard. He was in the Appalachian. That's kind of close to us, ain't it?
They said.
Isn't it? Not ain't it, but isn't it?
They said
Why
he
you
was.
looking at me like
I'm
that?
just messing with you. They said he was in the woods,
Yeah.
but he's good with hiking and stuff.
Right.
So I don't know
How long can he stay missing? You know what I mean? Does he have a cash app? And then who's funneling him money? How is he getting going?
Cash app. Them boy, if you living off the land and being able to survive in the woods is different. The people that go looking for you, the average officer, ain't kind of training you got up there. So he got the advantage.
So he can build his own whole little house, honey.
Yolanda, ain't nobody building a house if you're looking for him. Who gonna build a house?
Well, I'm saying, where he staying at? He got to stay somewhere.
He's on the run, Yolanda. He don't care.
Well, on the run, you got to have some kind of money, unless he just gonna stay a woodsman. I mean,
woodsman?
Stay in the woods.
Listen, if they were black, her family would have been had him in confession. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you ain't gonna come home and the girl's still out there and you just all willy-nilly at your parents' house. No, sir.
No, sirree.
Here's my man, Lennon Blow. He said, what up, brother? Peace, family. He said, what do you think about the John Gruden situation? Hey. Natalie says, his parents are supporting him, I bet.
But there's going to be some kind of paper trail or something if they are supporting him.
You know, the whole thing about
John Gruden situation?
Why, I'm going to tell you, but they were like, why they ain't taking the parents in? Because the parent don't have to tell you where their child is.
Right. They don't have to, right.
So
as long as they did not corrupt or they didn't, what's the word that I'm looking for with the evidence? Not corrupt, but as long as they didn't, what's the word?
It would be obstruction of justice.
Obstruct, yes.
Collaborate a story by telling them, why don't you go look down over here in the woods, and he down there on the train going somewhere. So that kind of thing. Right. That's the fireballs.
Corrupt and obstruct is the same thing, because if you corrupting something, you obstructing it too.
Okay. John Gruden is the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And John Gruden, great coach, a great quarterback coach, developed great quarterbacks, won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay back in the day. Some emails surfaced of some things that he said
racially
about some black players some years ago. I think it was like 11 years ago. And when they surfaced, it was what he said in the email. He was talking about a particular player and the way he was describing the player, saying stuff like his lips look like Michelin tires and that, that kind of stuff.
Oh, he went there.
And so, you know, on the email, you feel safe because you're talking the way that you normally talk around people who you around. You put an email, and come to find out that wasn't the only email. You got some more. So when he came yesterday, he resigned as the head coach. But what else?
Would you do?
Not would you do, because he wouldn't have resigned.
Could you do?
Right. The organization was in a bind.
Yeah.
He is good friends with the owner and president, Mark Davis, who is Al Davis' son. Al Davis is the one that came with the Oakland Raiders, and his son runs it. And he's real good. This John Gruden contract was crazy. What did they give him? $60 million or something like that to coach? But whatever. He didn't want to do that. He had to
do that, yeah.
Do that. Because ain't no way in the world. First of all, my question is, how do you come back to the team with all them black people, all them sit, and you don't sit there in front of the team and address them? And then his apology, he didn't apologize for what he said. He didn't apologize for the people he may have hurt by what he said. He didn't apologize for saying something insensitive. He said, I do not want to be a distraction for the team or the organization. Wow. So it's my best interest to resign as head coach or something. Nothing about what I said.
He let you know how he feel.
Nothing about, and what happens is, especially in sports, we get caught up because of the accolades that comes along with what they do. And it's true. What you do is not who you are. But sometimes what you say
is who you are.
Is what you are.
Right.
Because when you was emailing and you throwing these racial epithets around, it was cool. Right. But it come to the surface, and now it's like, and he even said, I may have even said something else. You know, when somebody say that, they trying to get in front of something. Now
it might be some more.
Now you want me to start looking not just at Coach Gruden,
the whole
organization. Because if we find out that you've been knowing this,
and that's what y'all,
and he been like this,
then
y'all been talking like this,
then yeah,
he got out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, it's on what you doing. 10 them laptops up. That delete button, they have taken. You know how I say delete. The words that came off the button, they was trying to get it off there. So.
And they can delete, but the feds have enough info. I mean, they got the force to be able. They got the power to be able to go and look up all those deleted messages. So deleting something really is irrelevant. You can delete it, but if they want to find it, they still gonna find it because it's never really deleted. It's just deleted from your device, but it ain't deleted from the internet world or from. Yeah, it ain't internet from. I mean, it ain't deleted from that.
Natalie says, I don't think Gruden is that good. His greatness came from winning the championship that Tony Dungy built. Yes. Yeah. You dead on, Natalie. Tony, he felt comfortable saying it for a reason.
He did.
Yeah. Because even in the email, you wouldn't put nothing like that, would you? Unless you like, well, that's, you know, he got lips like a Michelin tire.
Yeah, I hope he wouldn't put that in an email because you would think that an email is always traceable. You know, I thought, you know, maybe he put that in a text, but if he put it in an email, oh, Lord, that's what he had in the email too?
Yes, emails from 11 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you're not thinking that this email is going to, yeah. So he was showing his true colors. He letting us know who he is. People show you who they are. Yeah. They tell you who they are. We got to believe them.
And another show them your true colors news story coming out of Tennessee. A police officer resigned today after someone knocked him out at a wedding because he got slick in the mouth. And the person at the wedding said they couldn't take it no more and knocked his ass out.
What'd he say?
And then he resigned.
What'd he say? Well, what he been doing to resign? Just because he said
it was at the wedding.
Was it racial?
He was at the wedding, and he must have been intoxicated. Of course he was. Mm-hmm. And he looked around, and he said, "Oh, I didn't know." He said, "I didn't know they invited the blacks."
Oh, Lord. But only you would find humor in that.
He said, "Oh,
I didn't know the blacks.
I didn't know that.
You need
to let the blacks in here." They got the blacks in here.
Oh my goodness!
And the thing is, the family's name was not black. The blacks. So somebody said
they was just black.
I have had enough, and they put that Tyson Fury on him. Okay. They put that Tyson Fury on him.
Was it a black person who hit him or a white person?
I don't know about that. But
it must have been white. If we ain't heard about it.
Ain't no white person. Ain't no white person hit no white person in the mouth. No.
If it was a black person, best believe he would have called out by now. We would know it was black.
Well,
it could have been a white person who was married to a black woman and said, "I'm tired of it," and knocked him out.
This is how I know a black person knocked him out.
Okay.
Number one, he knocked out. Okay. Number two, if somebody hits you so hard and knock you out to the point that you get up the next day and resign from your job, that's a black punch. Ain't no Caucasian punch make you resign. Now, I know a few Caucasians that will knock you out, but not make you resign from your job the next day. This man called in and say, "Look, I'm done being a police officer." Well, why, Jeb? I was minding my business last night over to Kathleen, and I said something I shouldn't have said. And I got punched dead in the mouth. Dead in the mouth, Jeb.
You got the names and everything, Jed.
Jeb, did it hurt you? I was knocked out. I was knocked out, Bob. So yeah,
right,
yeah, that black OGD about that black power.
Fight the power.
Bella Key, okay, he said he didn't know they let black people in the reception hall. Right.
Oh, that's what
black people like to paraphrase when we tell a story because we want
you want to get to the good part.
We want to come out.
Yeah, you just want to get to the good part.
Now that shines more light on Kaepernick. Right.
Yeah.
With Gruden being a coach in the NFL.
Yes.
And then we all know, here go the thing, the NFL is good old boys.
Yeah.
Okay? Good old boy network, and you can't tell a billionaire nothing.
Come on now.
Trump tried to tell him. Yeah. and they say, hold up.
Yeah.
Number one, we got more money than you.
Yeah.
Number two, this our team.
Yeah.
We own these teams. You don't own no teams.
Yeah.
So don't come over here trying to tell us what we need to do. You going back to the White House. I say, well, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how it is. And because the money, just like Dave Chappelle, you can't cancel Dave Chappelle.
Right. You can't.
Okay. I don't know if y'all heard today when I said it on the show, but the co-CEO of Netflix came out and said they're not pulling the special.
Right.
And then he started talking about it is the most watched, most award-winning, and he was talking about Sticks and Stones, right? What that meant was, and what I always say, trace everything back to the money. Netflix said, listen, the numbers that he's doing.
Mm-hmm. They would be crazy to pull that off.
Messing this money up.
Right. They probably got new subscriptions.
Got
Come on.
But here go the thing. There was a trans worker at Netflix who sent a tweet out after she saw the special. And she was explaining how she really, her disdain for it. And Netflix said, well, you're going to have to go. So it was her and two other employees, this one trans employee and another employee, let go. But Netflix came out with a statement saying the last thing that we are doing or would do is to terminate one of our employees for speaking out or speaking their truth. They say because we encourage it. So when you go down into the rabbit hole, you come to find out that they tried to go into a meeting for executives. So they was going to bust up in the meeting, I guess, and get their trans issues sought out right there in front of everybody. But you were not invited. So this level of meeting was not in your echelon.
Right.
So they escorted y'all out the door for trying to bust up in the meeting.
Wow.
So that's protocol. But if you read between the lines, it can be, take it the way you want it. I don't own the company, but that's how corporate America works. Right. That's protocol. Right. That's like me and Yolanda trying to go up in a meeting that's only high-ranking CEOs because we trying to get a point across. So Yolanda, like, you going to put Tone on this special. So we done busted up in the meeting. Put him up and they
get down to lay down.
And now they escorting us off the property. And that's protocol. So say what you want to say. If you haven't seen the special, I would recommend you watch it and think for yourself and listen to what Dave is saying and tell me what you think about it. I watched it a couple of times. Yolanda haven't seen it in its entirety yet, but I watched it a couple times. So tell me what you think. Janie said they lost their everlasting mind.
They sure did, sis. They everlasting mind, they lost it.
He know now they allow blacks in there.
Yeah.
He sure do. And everybody else that was at the wedding know.
Yeah.
We will not tolerate
this buffoonery.
That kind of talk.
Period.
At the reception hall.
Period.
So somebody had to be made into a lesson. And now you know. You can't go up in there all willy-nilly talking out your mouth. You can't do it. There's plenty of videos out where somebody's getting that ass whipped because they got, it's plenty of them.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you this. Why do we always seem to root for the black man that knocked the hell out somebody? Like, we got to stop that. We got to stop it. When we see, as soon as we hear, so what you going to do? So what you going to do? And then we see the guy put his six-pack of Heineken down. We be like, yeah.
See, I think what has happened.
He going to knock his ass out.
There's been so much aggression and so much that we have stayed quiet and not said anything and played dormant on. I think now that, you know, and then of course too, there's social media, because I believe black folks been knocking people out, but maybe we just didn't see it. Maybe no one was there to record it, you know, but there's some black folks who ain't never took no mess. I don't think it's an awakening. You know, I think the awakening is the fact that we can see it through social media and somebody might be there and have a camera on and record you. But if you've been the type of person who you don't tolerate no mess, you definitely ain't tolerating it this day of time. And if you're that type of person who you ride or die and you really stay on that word of ride or die, I'm going to ride for mine and I'm going to die with it, then that's what you're doing. And now you just being seen more because of technology and everybody got phones and they can show it to you.
We got to get ready to slide up out of here. But a lot of times these shows are good because the conversation starts.
Yeah.
And then it gets legs.
Yeah.
And it keeps rolling, and you look up, and it's time to go. That's what happened tonight.
Yeah.
Which means it was some great interaction. We appreciate y'all. Your support means a lot.
It
For you to
does.
tune in, take time out of your night, and rock with us, Grown Gang, and everybody that's on here on social media.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Yolanda tell you about the breakdown about social media and Grown Man Conversations. Because I tried to do it earlier.
You did,
and
Harold.
I messed it up. But
So again,
hold on.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
on.
Oh, well, you said you was gonna let me break something down, so I was about to break it down.
I'm gonna roll for mines. Before we go, this is the last thing I want to say. Mm-hmm. Go on Instagram or Twitter. Find the video of the warthog coming up the steps, walking up the driveway. You saying to yourself, that's a wild boar. That's what you're saying. You saying this a wild boar.
Where are you going with this?
And you hear the white man saying, here he come. He coming up the steps now. So now you're saying to yourself, this is this man's pet wild boar. And you hear the girl in the background talking, oh, can we touch him? And you're talking, yeah, he coming. Here he come. And right when that boy get up to that camera and she say, can we touch him? You hear the boy say, and then you see the camera do all like this, and then you hear the white man say, help. Somebody please help me.
I guess you gotta beat it, y'all.
That boy tore his ass up. Every animal is not a pet. Black people know that. And you will never see no black person trying to even walk or have a wild boar.
That thing tickle toes.
Oh my God.
He was tickled
That
by
thing,
that.
you got to see it though, because it come up the steps like a pet.
Wow.
And then it come up, and he just coming up, and you know the wild boy got the touch, they ugly. And they come up, and you hear the girl say, can we pet? He say, yeah. He say, come here to the, and as soon as he say, like that, you see the camera.
The camera goes.
And
Y'all.
you see it like this tomorrow. Help. Somebody help me.
That
Somebody help me. That warthog tore his ass to
You
pieces.
say, whoa.
What I call it? A warthog.
Yeah.
What did I say before?
I don't know.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it probably is. I
Tore his
I
ass
know
up.
what you called it before.
A
But that is hilarious.
black man would have shot him. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Got that wild boar was on his ass. I said a warthog. Same thing.
Well, yeah.
That wild boar. That wild boar was on his ass.
Well, but look, I gotta shout out real quick Deja Austin. She has favored our podcast. For any of those,
Nice.
Of course, we have
Round of applause.
round of applause for her. So of course, we have the visual podcast where you guys are watching through Instagram, or either you're watching us live through YouTube. We were through Facebook, but we decided to do something different. First of all, YouTube gives you better high definition. What? They laughing, right?
Jay
Janie?
about holler that wild boar.
Right. Well, boy, YouTube gives you a better visual of us. We're in HD, baby, over here. Also, just trying to build up those YouTube subscribers. So please, like when you see the post on Facebook or anything like that, all you have to do is hit the picture, go down to the bottom, you know what I mean, of the picture.
Like.
And hit it, and then it brings you into us live. You can also just go directly to YouTube and pull up Grown Man Conversations, and the channel will pop up, and you can join us live, because we want to hear some of your comments on YouTube. We can see your comments on YouTube. We can interact going back and forth and all of that. So Instagram is great. We ain't knocking it. But YouTube, baby, you got that high definition, pop, and you get to see what EQ Studios is doing, which is another black business that we are here supporting. And I see my husband looking at me, but this is my passion for black businesses and for what we're doing. So again, join us next Tuesday, same time, same place, 9 p.m. for GMC Visual Podcast.
And if you want to get a laugh a great laugh before you go to bed tonight. Look up. That wild boy walking up the steps. It's the way he comes up the steps. He comes up the steps like a little dog. Then when he get up, you be like, that's a boy. That's the first thing I said. I said, that's a boy. And then he come. And I thought he was coming up. I thought he was coming. He say his name. I thought he was coming to pet him. I said, oh, this is incredible. And he say, that's all you see.
He said, help.
And then he got to the phone. He talking about help.
Help.
Somebody, please help me. You done told your ass up.
Oh, my God.
The boy ain't in the picture no more. He probably he done boy, and you're a girl. You're a girl.
Because she done got up out of there. If a boy up on your ass, I'm getting up out of there too. If a boy come and tear your ass up.
You got to see how the picture.
Y'all gotta go look at that. Y'all gotta go look that up. The wild boar. You know what I'm saying? And see what that is all about.
Right man, say help. Somebody help me. And I'm laughing, but it ain't funny because his cry for help was a real, like, I'm hurt.
Right.
Like, this boy done stuck me with a tusk or something.
Right.
I don't know where the girl was. It's hilarious.
Right.
Now, if you need a laugh in your life,
then go check out the
You go
wild
watch that
boar.
tonight. Guarantee.
Yes.
You damn near pee on yourself.
Yes.
Well, time to get on out of here.
Time to get on out of here. You can turn the grown man up.
I appreciate you.
It's a grown man in the building. I don't think you're
Another
ready.
grown man.
Come on.
Conversation.
We riding on some grown man knees. We step into some grown man knees. Conversation on some grown man knees. Put your hands up on some grown man knees. We puffing on some grown man knees.
Yep.
We sipping on some grown man knees.
Yep.
We vibing on some grown man knees.
Go to tickets for the comedy show. YSPros.com.
I know, you know, that you're down with me. You know, I know, that you're feeling me. Know that the time has passed.